So I'm just going to talk a quick second about scoring and slipping. It is very important when attaching two pieces of clay, so this video will stand alone so that you can reference it if you for some reason forget the proper way to score and slip. So what I did just there was I created my own serrated rib. We do have our toothpicks, and this will be the primary way to score and slip. But if you have an extra gift card and a decent pair of scissors, if you want to create your own serrated rib, this will speed up your scoring and slipping process. So this is my main rib. I wouldn't cut this one up unless you are confident that this serrated part will not get in the way when you're trying to s'more with the smooth edge. So I have these two pieces. I have my pinch pot that I made in my previous demo, and then just this random decoration slash, I don't know, it's something that I'm going to score and slip. So when you're attaching two pieces, they should be the same or as close to the same stage as each other. So if one piece that you're adding is significantly more dry than the other, it's not going to shrink as much. So the one piece that is still really wet, it will start to shrink. And ideally you want them to shrink together. But if, say, this one was bone dry, which you wouldn't be doing anyway, but say this was bone dry and this was still plastic, this will shrink while this one is done shrinking. So as that shrinks, that bond that you've created will start to become weakened because it will just contract away from what you've done already. So this is getting pretty close to hard leather hard. So I'm just wetting where I want to attach just to make it a little bit more receptive of the piece. This is not scoring. We really need the surface to be marred and roughed up. And you can always smooth out any extra bits that are sticking out. You know, say I attach this and you can still see some score marks. We can always clean that up. So here's how the serrated rib will work. This is where I'm attaching it, and I just need to do a few passes. And this is really more beneficial if I'm doing it, you know, in a big area. So I'm just going to do the side, just for example. So if I was attaching something here all the way, just a few swipes, and that takes a lot less time than the single point of the needle tool. All right, so again, if you're going to forget one or the other, I'd rather you forget the slip, because I hope we aren't getting the impression that slip is this magic glue. It's really just an aid. I've marred up the two surfaces, I've scored them, and now I just need to hold them down. You do want to add some pressure, press a little bit. And depending on the look you're going after, you can either just leave this as is. This should be good. Those roughed up edges as well as the slip should hold. But, you know, if you want to get rid of this, it will add extra strength to just smooth this out. But some of you might like the look of having it look separated. But again, this just adds strength to it. It's optional. If it doesn't affect the look, I do recommend adding either a coil or smoothing it out like this. But again, if you prefer the look of having it just slipped straight on, same thing here. I'm probably going to want to smooth that out a bit. And if I can, this is just being extra cautionary. It's probably fine. I'm going to create a small coil, stick that right there where it connects, and then just smooth that out. And now this extra piece really shouldn't be going anywhere. You'll know if you did this right if your piece dries and it doesn't fall apart. And that is the basis of scoring and slipping.